What's going on, YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Green Arrow issue number 20. This one's written by Chris Condon with art by Montos, and this is the most recent chapter in this whole Freshwater Killer saga. And I'm liking this. Like, it felt like a fresher direction for Green Arrow after a while of what we were getting under Williamson. And like I said, it's been a few years since we've really had like a cool little solo like Green Arrow thing. Like, I liked when Benjamin Percy wrote it way back at the start of DC Rebirth, but then he left the title, and then it just kind of slowly faded out. And then we had to wait a few years for Williamson to take over, and his storyline kind of repeated itself a little bit, kind of jumped around a bit, but it was meant to kind of get Oliver like back into like his ongoing run. But here it really feels like we're in a Green Arrow focused book again, and I'm liking it. I'm actually thinking this issue might have been the strongest of the bunch. So the issue opens up with one of those kids who was in a prior issue. We reveal that he had a seizure, and the mom is just kind of like, I have no medical history of this sort of stuff. Like, why did he have seizures? And the doctor thinks it had something to do with like the chemical plant location, that like he had like something called like benzene or whatever. Was it benzene? Benzene, yeah. So benzene was in his system, and he kind of developed the thing. So again, it's all timed back to, you know, that Horton Chemical storyline where, you know, toxic waste dumping, a lot of people got sick and facing the consequences of it. There wasn't much of a real like good thing in terms of settlement, and people are just kind of like dying all because he had to save a buck, and Oliver's tied into it in some sort of capacity. But anyways, so the serial killer, or the alleged serial killer, as we saw in the previous issue, was revealed to be somebody named Francine Dory, and you could see that she is kind of balding right there. She looked like she was basically like a cancer patient. We also find out that her kid had cancer too, and that her husband had left her, and she's also like on basically leave for, you know, you could see like the cancer right there showcased in that too. And Oliver tries to question what's really going on here, because she was basically just a school teacher, you know, somebody who worked at a school, and she's no hit woman. There's more to this thing than meets the eye, because like why now, why all this stuff? We got to do a little bit of due processing. We got to really prove without question that she is, you know, who she really is. So, and of course the cop, you know, talks about the situations like, look, I wouldn't want to be her to be in kind of the situation as is, but again, she was there, you know, trying to commit like an act of murder at the scene. So a lot of different moving pieces going on, but eventually, like I said, something kind of happens with her. She starts choking, and this green goo starts coming out of her mouth, and she dies really on the spot there too. So it's it's a pretty like messed up scene. Her dead eyes are basically something that kind of haunts Ollie throughout the rest of the issue, and the cop is just like, look, she's here because she's a serial killer. I don't like the same word than you do, and it breaks my heart. And then Ollie just kind of like snaps in the moment. It's like, you know, her corpse is like not even cold, and you're just jumping to this point. What happened to like due process? There's a bit of hypocrisy there, like to kind of jump to conclusions here, but when I'm off doing this stuff, why aren't you arresting me? And he's a little frustrated, and then he's kind of up and leaves like in the moment. So we also get a nice little conversation between him and Dinah. Dinah says they kind of miss him, but you know, while he's off doing his own things, he says he's been investigating some stuff, and it's really kind of affecting him. And you know, Dinah's there trying to add some sort of like moral support with him after a lot of the stuff that kind of went down. But even he's just like, I can't let this thing go, because, you know, just because everyone else forgot about it doesn't mean I can. So he goes off to kind of clear his head, do a little bit of training, but all he sees are like that woman's like dead, lifeless eyes looking back up at him, and he's just frustrated and angry, smashing things. It's like, I could have done like way more about this situation. So he goes back to his place, and then he has somebody like right behind him ready to kind of kill him at the end of the issue, perhaps the real serial killer behind the whole thing. So a lot of different moving pieces in this thing, but so far so good. So yeah, I'm liking what Green Arrow is doing so far. I like the artwork done by Montos. I guess that's just their full name. In this issue, like I said, it kind of orchestrates, you know, different emotions from Ollie. I think it's stylized, looks pretty good for the most part. My favorite moments too in the issue is just that moment where he just kind of has a conversation with the detective that he was working with, and just kind of snaps in there, kind of distinguishes their differences about how they view like the system and all that too. And I like it's just kind of Ollie more so on, I guess more so on his own. I mean, Dinah's there to kind of call in, just kind of check up on him to let her know that, hey, you know, the rest of the Arrow family's still around if you need him. But this is like an Oliver Queen doing things more so by himself as a solo, like, you know, comic book guy investigating, dealing with, you know, corrupt billionaires, and, you know, just kind of helping the everyday like class people, and just, you know, doing his Green Arrow stuff. So again, it feels pretty good to me. I like Ollie's writing in this issue, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the storyline goes from here. But no real major complaints for me in this one. I think this is probably the strongest issue so far in the couple of issues we've gotten under this current Green Arrow run. So that's, again, just my opinion. So, but what do you all think of it? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications, all that other fun stuff. I'm going to let you all go, but I will be back probably very soon with the review of the latest issue of Superman, and then I will be all caught up before the new comic books come out tomorrow. So look forward to all that. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.